Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here at USA Hockey Arena, where it is your Pioneer men's hockey team taking on the Bay Reps. Ladies and gentlemen, Pioneer men's hockey is live and on the air. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live at USA Hockey Arena, where we are over at the Mitchell Kiefer Memorial Rink, home of Detroit Catholic Central, as they have all the banners up. And here today, Pioneer men's hockey will take on the Bay Reps, and they'll get to celebrate their senior day. They'll have the seniors come out for a small celebration after the game. We will talk about the seniors during each of, when we have a moment, we'll read a little blurb about each of the wonderful seniors and celebrate them, as this is our last regular season game. There was going to be a game tonight at 6 p.m. at Toledo versus Temperance Bedford. That has been canceled. So if you're planning on going out to the game versus Temperance Bedford, that has been canceled. Pioneer is 10-2-1 on the season. They have now strung together wins versus Huron, Father Gabriel Richard, Lenawee, Saline, Wyandotte, Roosevelt, Pinckney, and Ann Arbor Skyline. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins in a row. It's been 8 games since they've been beaten. They tied Chelsea 2-2 in that 8th game. Their last loss was versus Skyline. That was at Skyline. Pioneer getting revenge in the last game they played back on last Wednesday. Let's take a look at that game a little bit. In the last game, Pioneer scored first in the first period. It was 1-0 at the end of one. Pioneer chipped in another goal in the second, and it was 2-0 at the end of two. 2 goals for Skyline in the third, but Pioneer had 3 in the third to make it 5-2. Taking a look, your goal scorers, getting everything started off for Pioneer was Eli Jekyll with a fantastic goal in the first. Other goal scorers, Ethan Coattree had a goal, Sean Fitzgerald had a goal, Devin McDaniel had a goal, and Jack Shikachi had a goal for 5 goals. Your assists were Coattree had an assist, Churchill had an assist, Shikachi had 3 assists, so 5 goals and 5 assists. Elliot Davis played between the pipes. He faced 16 shots on goal, saved 14 of them. Over on the other side for Skyline, it was Garrett with a goal and Ilian Reichbart with a goal. The assists were an assist to Schmunk, an assist to Moran, and an assist to Bazani. And those are your goals. So 2 goals and 3 assists. Letke played between the pipes, faced 29 shots on goal, saved 25 of them. If we take a look at your top 5 in points for Pioneer, Jack Shikachi has 43 points, that on 17 goals and 26 assists. Ethan Coattree has 35 points, that on 11 goals and 24 assists. Sean Fitzgerald with 19 points, that on 11 goals and 8 assists. Adam Caribbean has 14 points on 9 goals and 5 assists. And Eli Jekyll has 11 points on 6 goals and 5 assists. Plenty of other folks with points all the way down. Even Elliot Davis has a point from playing between the pipes. So lots and lots of balanced scoring, but certainly the top 5 kind of leading the way with the points and the goals. Specifically, Jack Shikachi with the lead in both goals and assists. Taking a look between the pipes, Elliot Davis has played 10 games, 480 minutes between the pipes, 7 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie, 243 shots on goal, 220 saves 23 goals against for a 2.44 goals against average and a fantastic 905 save percentage. Luke Boyd has played 4 games for Pioneer, 118 minutes between the pipes. He has 3 wins, 1 loss, 19 shots on goal, 17 saves, 2 goals against for a 8.86 goals against average and an 895 save percentage. Julius Cass has played 34 minutes between the pipes, faced 13 shots on goal, saved 11 of them, 2 goals against, and a save percentage of 846. So fantastic to have a excellent group of goaltenders to go along with some very solid scoring for Pioneer. Taking a look across the way, the Bay Reps are 8-5. Let's take a look at their schedule. They started off with 4 wins in a row, beating Big Rapids 1-0, beating Manistee 9-0, beating Petoskey 3-1, and then beating Traverse City Central 3-1. They then had 4 losses in a row. Saginaw Heritage beat them 3-1, Rockford beat them 2-1, Traverse City West beat them 3-2, and Byron Center beat them 4-0. They then went on a 4-game winning streak, beating Alpena 3-2. Traverse City West, they got revenge, splitting that series, winning that one 3-2. They beat Alpena 5-3, and they beat Big Rapids 7-1 to sweep Big Rapids. Then their last game came against Cranbrook Kingswood over at the Cranbrook Wallace Ice Arena. Gotten to go there a few times with the Pioneer women's varsity hockey team, and Cranbrook won that game 6-1. Taking a look at that last game for the Bay Reps, Cranbrook Kingswood had 3 goals in the first. This was back on Friday, yesterday. So 3 goals in the first for Cranbrook Kingswood. So it was 3-0 at the end of 1. 2 goals in the second for Cranbrook Kingswood. So it was 5-0 at the end of 2. The Bay Reps scored in the third, but Cranbrook Kingswood scored in the third to make it 6-1. Started off scoring summary in the first. It was Jason Bubabin, even strength from Schwartz and Ciritano. Then it was Cranbrook at 11:03 as Chile, even strength goal from Ciritano and Hooker. And then at 6:09, it was Hellman scoring from Genest and Bergen. Then at 9:15 in the second, it was Stemman, even strength goal from Weinman and Citano. Then at over at 6:26, it was Chelly from Weinman and Citano again. And then in the third, it was Chelly from Weinman and Hooker. Then the Bay Reps scored. That was Polomsky from Ackerson and Miller. So that is your scoring. It was between the pipes, Lawson for the Bay Reps. He was 49 minutes between the pipes, faced 45 shots on goal, saved 39 of them. And it was a pair as I did not practice the Cranbrook Kingwood names here, but Zyaganes, as now my something just happened here. Let's see if I can go back. Zygan played 34 minutes between the pipes, 10 shots on goal, saved 10 of them, and Dudler was 17 minutes between the pipes, faced 6 shots on goal, saved 5 of them. So that was the Bay Reps last game. Taking a look at the top 5 scores for the Bay Reps. Who do you need to pay attention to? Obviously everyone, but the top 5 points leaders, Polomsky has 19 points, that on 10 goals and 9 assists. Miller has 17 points on 11 goals and 6 assists. Ackerson has 14 points on all, being assists, 14 assists. Griffor has 12 points, that on 3 goals and 9 assists. And rounding out the top 5 is Classens with 7 points, that on 2 goals and 5 assists. It has been predominantly Lawson between the pipes, 10 games played, 5 wins, 5 losses, 266 shots on goal, 264 saves, 24 goals against. So that's a 2.38 goals against average, and a really good 9.17 save percentage with 1 shutout. Hathaway has played 2 games, 85 minutes between the pipes, 1-2, no losses, faced 22 shots on goal, saved 19 of them, 3 goals against for 1.80 goals against average, and a .864 save percentage. Bernard has played one game between the pipes, 1 win, no losses, faced 20 shots on goal, saved 17 of them for 1 goal against. And so save percentage of a fantastic .950. That's just a little bit about the Bay Reps as both teams are out, skating around, getting ready to go. Pioneer in their purple jerseys. So they're purple away jerseys with the white numbers on the back, the dark stripe across the right across the middle, the block A's on the front with Pioneer in black lettering underneath. The Bay Reps are in their red jerseys with the blue across the shoulders, the numbers in blue on the back and on the shoulders outlined in white, and they have their Bay Rep crest on the front. So we are getting ready to go. 6 minutes counting down here before we hop into action. Let's play a few messages from the MHSAA. Then we're going to get ready for the final regular season game for your Pioneer varsity or your Pioneer men's hockey team. So here's a couple messages from the MHSAA. You're watching Pioneer Men's Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
If you're a recent high school or college graduate and still have a passion for the games you played in school, still remember the thrill of putting on the uniform, why don't you help us out and become a registered high school game official? Get out there and give something back to our kids. Visit the MHSA website for more information. There's help wanted, just whistle. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Integrity, commitment, love of the game. These traits describe the people high school sporting events can't start without. The officials. They're out there every day giving back to our kids. Let's give them the respect they deserve. Better yet, why don't you become one? Visit the MHSAA website for more information. There's help wanted, just whistle. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
You're hearing it. The message is getting through to parents. Multi-sport athletes get injured less. Multi-sport athletes become better in their primary sport in the long run. And even though it's not why we play our games, multi-sport athletes are now getting recruited more than specialized athletes. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
You have to wonder sometimes how folks in the stands, so far removed from the action and who have probably never had any training, actually think they can see the play and apply the rules better than the officials assigned to a game. If you're that good, please register immediately at MHSAA.com. We need more officials on the playing surface and fewer in the stands. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Think of a high school game as a 4-lane highway. Coaches, players, officials, and spectators, each with their own lane. Sportsmanship depends on everyone not crossing over the line. Fans keep it between the lines when they cheer positively for their team. So don't cause an accident. Stay in your lane and let the coaches, players, and officials do their jobs. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Power Ratings will be used this year in soccer, basketball, and boys lacrosse to seed the district tournament in those sports, and you can follow along. Visit your school's page on the MHSAA website to see how your team is faring, and you can look at statewide lists as well. And if you see your team is missing a score, submit it. Learn more about the Michigan Power Rankings at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As we are live from USA Hockey Arena, where it is your Pioneer men's hockey team looking to take on the Bay Reps. And the last regular season game, it is the senior game, and we will be talking about during each of the intermission breaks, the seniors. We have a little write-up. The seniors have given some excellent answers, and we'll be reading those, celebrating them. We'll be talking about Luke Boyd, Ralph Dixon, Andrew Yang, Juna Whitelock, Ethan Coattree, Liam Schaefer, Sean Fitzgerald, Adam Caribbean, Heath Monsma, Jack Shikachi, and Gabe Rusnikow, who's out for the season due to an injury. But congratulations to Gabe as a senior, and just wish we could have seen him on the ice even more, and hope he gets healthy. But we have a little write-up for everyone else. So we'll be celebrating all the wonderful, amazing seniors. Always a bittersweet day where you know that you only get to see these young athletes in these uniforms, in Pioneers uniform, just a little bit longer. But you're super excited to see what they're going to do, as they are wonderful, amazing, motivated, and brilliant young athletes. And I'm sure they will go far and do amazing things. And as much as we'd love to see them playing for Pioneer forever, we know that they have bright futures going on. So again, always a bittersweet day. The next game, I've been told we're not sure about the timing, if it's going to be 7:30 or 8 o'clock. But the next game is going to be on the 18th. It is going to be out at the Kennedy Ice Arena, and Pioneer will be playing the winner of Trenton versus New Boston Huron. So most likely Trenton. Trenton has ended Pioneer's season the last 3 years, beating Pioneer 3 years ago in the district final, and then in the first round the last 2 years we've gotten to play Trenton. So most likely Pioneer will get to face Trenton again in the first round, and looking for a little revenge. These seniors have the last 3 years Trenton's ended the season, so they'll be looking to hopefully make it past what is always a very good Trenton team. But the solid team has an absolute good chance at that game. So very excited about that. That'll be on Thursday. We have additional games today, as we will have the JV women's basketball game at 1 o'clock and the varsity women's basketball game at 2:30. We will have the Pioneer women's hockey game versus Grosse Pointe North at 2 o'clock. So lots going on today. Again, we were going to have the 6 p.m. Bedford game, but that has been canceled. So take the evening and enjoy yourself. There's been a lot of amazing, wonderful games in this winter season, all kind of compacted into a short season, and it has been amazing to get to be a part of it. And we appreciate you wherever you are at, cheering on the teams, and fantastic to get to see the parents here. We have a few more people allowed in the rink because it's a little bit bigger rink here. So fantastic to get to see all the parents that celebrate Senior Day here. So getting ready. We'll just hop right into action here. 17 minutes up on the clock. As the puck dropped right at center ice, brought into Pioneer zone. Gathered, put in along the near boards, trying to chip that ahead. Bringing it in is Caribbean. Caribbean, top of the near circle. Caribbean with a shot. And a save by the Bay Reps. See if I can see exactly who that is between the pipes. I believe that's Hathaway down to our left. So Caribbean will take the face off, that in the near. Face-off circle to Hathaway's right. Dixon just to his left. That puck sitting on the far circle comes back in along the end boards, trying to peel that away. Into the near corner it comes. Here comes the Bay Reps as they bank it ahead. All the way down the near boards, gaining the zone. Right at the top is Newman. Newman spins outside the near circle, gets it back to the near point by Kin. That's moved over. Top of the far circle, shot. And excellent job getting a piece of it was Davis. Davis getting the start between the pipes for Pioneer. Elliot Davis has played fantastic. Face-off is going to be to Davis's right in that far face-off circle. Coutry in to take the face-off. On the other side is Polomsky. That back to the far point. Poked away. Good poke check by Fitzgerald. That rimmed into the far corner. Peeling that back behind. Pioneer trying to grab it. Bouncing puck in along the near boards. That fired ahead by Pioneer into the neutral zone. Chipped by Fitzgerald. The puck goes right on net and covered up by Hathaway. As Fitzgerald waiting for a rebound. Hathaway would not provide one. 16-10 left to go here in the first period. 0-0 is our score. Face-off is going to be to Hathaway's right in the near face-off circle. Coutry in to take the face-off. Fitzgerald to his right. Shikachi back behind him. Yang and Churchill are the defenders as that puck outside the near circle. Bouncing puck picked up is over to Fitzgerald on the far circle. Fitzgerald spins into the far corner. Outside the far circle, Fitzgerald sends it deep into the far corner. Coutry trying to pull it out of that far corner. Now spinning with it, Shikachi putting it right through the slot. That comes all the way over in along the near boards. Yang trying to fire it, pulling it. Shikachi back behind, goes back behind the goal from the far side to the near side out in front. That chip back to the blue line to Yang. Yang taking a shot. That deflects off of a pair of skates, comes back. Holding it in, Shikachi, top of the near circle, chips it over, bottom of the far circle, pulling it back behind, wide angle shot, that deflected off the far boards. Trying to pick that up, the Bay Reps trying to get it out of the zone. Fitzgerald keeps it in. Drop pass, that intercepted by the Bay Reps, heading the other direction. They come down the near boards as that's brought in by Miller. Good job to get a stick in the way by Shikachi to take that shot opportunity away from Miller. Spinning with it, Smith in the far corner. Smith puts it back to the far point, then that chip back to Smith in the far corner. Smith sends it out in front, that pulled away by Shikachi, moving it ahead, trying to pull that away. Fitzgerald, loose puck, that pulled back by the Bay Reps. In along the near boards is Klassens. Klassens over his own blue line, coming down the near boards of the neutral zone. Klassen gains the zone outside the near circle. Into the near corner it goes. Klassen has it as he rims it all the way around into the far corner. Trying to pick that up. That chipped and held in at the far point. Now grab Monsma. Trying to get it out of the zone. That up and out of play. 14:33 left to go here at USA Hockey Arena in the Mitchell Kiefer Memorial Rink. Face-off will be in the far face-off circle. That is going to be to Davis's right in that far face-off circle. Trying to get angles, taking the face-off for the Bay Reps. That chipped in along the far boards, pulled out of the zone, coming down the far boards, sent ahead right at the blue line, and then deflected back into the Pioneer zone. Chasing it, McDaniel picks up back behind his own goal, sends it along the near boards to Jekyll. Jekyll sends it ahead. Monsma gains the zone, top of the near circle. Monsma with the shot. That's sticked away by Hathaway up into the netting. That face-off will be in the Bay Reps zone. 14:09 left to go here in the first period. 0-0 is our score. Face-off will be to Hathaway's right in the near face-off circle. Monsman to take the face-off. Dixon to his right. Jekyll back behind him. You have Martin and Liam Schaefer are the blue liners for Pioneer. As that puck loose, drifted back and along the far boards as Kinneary sends it ahead. That pull coming down through the neutral zone on the far circle. Shot! And Davis got a piece of it. That puck in along the near boards. Jekyll trying to pull that away. Now that chipped ahead by Martin all the way back and along the near boards of the neutral zone. Jekyll trying to get it into the Bay Rep zone. That lifted in along the far boards as Altonen sends it. That rimmed right back around on edge, pulled back into the near corner of the Pioneer zone. Monsma trying to peel that away. Battle for it. Monsma goes back behind his own goal from the near side to the far side. Monsma Makes a nifty move, gets over his own blue line, comes down the near boards, gains his own top of the near circle. Monsma with a shot, Hathaway with the save, that into the near corner. 13-18 left to go, 0-0 is our score. As that puck picked up by Pioneer at their own blue line. Bringing it in is Wilkins. Wilkins with a wide angle shot that deflects outside of the far circle. Trying to pull that away. Dixon on the far side. As battle for it, trying to peel it off of those far boards. Now coming over on the near side. Shot. That's a save by Hathaway. And they blew the whistle as the net came off of its moorings. So they'll get that reset up. 12:53 left to go here in the first. 0-0 is our score from USA Hockey Arena on the last regular season game for Pioneers, Senior Day. Caribbean in to take the face-off. They'll have that in the near face-off circle. Whitelock to his right. Wilkins back behind him. Churchill and Yang out there on the blue line for Pioneer. Trying to see, I'm having a little issues reading the numbers on the sides of the Bay Rep sleeves with the netting. Here as that comes back, grabbing it. Claessens pulls it back behind his own goal. Comes through the slot. Claessens over his own blue line, fires it ahead. That chipped back by Griffor, pulling it back behind the goal into the far corner, trying to pull that ahead. Whitelock tries to knock that away. It comes back, grabbed by Yang. Yang into the far corner of his own zone, trying to fire that as it comes all the way back into the neutral zone. Claessens picks it up at his own blue line. Banks that ahead, coming in Miller. Miller outside the near circle. Miller looking to kick it back to the near point. Claessens with a shot. That deflected out front. The puck back behind. Griffor sends it top of the far circle. There's a shot. Covered up by Davis. 12-11 left to go here in the first period. 0-0 is our score. Face-off will be in the far face-off circle at Davis's right. Pearson to take the face-off versus Coattree. That puck comes through the slot. Shikachi has it as he comes down the near boards over center ice. Shikachi outside the near circle, centering attempt trying to get to that Coattree. Coattree tips it back. That pulled away by the Bay Reps. Pierce fires it over on the far side. That pulled in. Shot, and they score. As that was, I believe, Gay taking the shot from the top of the far circle. Managed to just slip it past. As that was a goal at 11:54 by the Bay Reps. And we'll get exactly who it was, but I think that was number 8, Gay. Chris Gay Jr. on the goal. We'll see if they give anyone an assist. But the Bay Reps up 1-0 here with 11:52 left to go in the first. That puck in along the far boards. McDaniel sends it ahead. Collected. Here comes the other direction by the Bay Reps. Now here comes Coattree. Coattree grabbed it off of a skate. Backhanded shot. Oh, saved by Hathaway. And that pulled down in along the near boards. The Bay Reps heading the other direction as Coattree made a nifty move to grab that as it went off of his skate. But Hathaway, an even better save. Now Shikachi has it back behind his own goal, coming down over the blue line, tips it ahead, gets it. Shikachi in the slot, moving it over, trying to get to Fitzgerald. That just out of his reach. Into the near corner it goes. Battle for it in along the near boards, trying to pull it away. Fitzgerald underneath the far circle, gets it over to Shikachi. That off the side of the net and deflected into the near corner. The Bay Reps have the 1-0 lead on Pioneer. The puck in the near corner as Kitten trying to grab it. Now Smith sends it ahead through the neutral zone. Coming down the near boards is Banky. Banky with a shot blocker. Save by Davis. As that puck picked up by Fitzgerald, fired ahead. It slips back into the Bay Rep zone. Grabbed by Fournier. Fournier goes back behind his own goal. Fournier launches it in along the far boards. Monsma tips that right in front of the scorer's bench. That deflected. Trying to pull it in. Monsma battling, getting it deep into the Bay Rep zone. That pulled back behind, sent along the near boards by Polomsky. And pulling it in is Altonen. Again, blocker saved by Davis. That puck in along the far boards of the neutral zone, trying to fire it ahead. is Jekyll. Now over to Dixon in the far corner. Dixon, backhanded attempt. That's steered into the near corner. The Bay Reps send it for a ride into the far corner. That picked up, coming along the near board. Stolen away by Dixon, sends it right out in front. That cleared away by the Bay Rep defense as they come in along the near boards and feather it ahead. The puck through the neutral zone. Here comes Miller, top of the near circle. Miller trying to fight through. That goes right through the crease, in along the far boards. Tip back to the far point. Shot that deflects up and into the netting. 1-0 the lead for the Bay Reps. 9:42 left to go here in the first. So they say it was Chris Gay Jr. from Yeager Smith at 11:54. That is the scoring on the Bay Rep goal. Face off in the far face-off circle outside the Pioneer zone. That collected and fired right in by Kinnery. In along the far boards, picked up by Whitelock. Whitelock is poked off of the puck. Now that lifted, collected. Here comes Pioneer as that's sent ahead by Caribbean. Getting it. Wilkins, top of the near circle. His shot deflected into the near corner as that was Ackerson trying to knock it away. Outside the near circle it goes. Put right back behind by Whitelock. And pulled back to the near point. Holding it in. That moved over by Martin. Shot by McDaniel from the far point. That deflected in along the far boards. Lifted all the way through. Tipped by McDaniel in along the near board, or tipped by Martin in along the near boards. Fired all the way back into the Bay Rep zone. Icing waved off. That puck into along the far boards. Collected and fired all the way ahead right to the Pioneer blue line. And pulled off of the far boards. Ricochet back into the neutral zone and coming all the way back. Grabbing it is Fournier. Trying to fire it ahead. Nice poke check by Coutry, but collecting it top of the near circle, trying to move it over is Miller. Miller back behind the goal. McDaniel pulls that away. Battle for it right back behind Davis. That comes bottom of the far circle, lifted back to the far point. There's a shot by the Bay Reps. That deflects into the near corner. Lifted all the way back into the neutral zone, but fired right back in by Kin. Picked up and along the far boards, lifted back all the way to the Bay Rep blue line. They rifle it the other direction. Liam Schaefer firing it and a whistle. 8:09 left to go. Here in the first, Bay Reps have the 1-0 lead. The officials talking, and looks like we may have. So that puck is going all the way into the Bay Rep zone. Looks like we're going to have a power play for Pioneer as Gay goes into the box for the Bay Reps. As the Bay Rep goal scorer is going to sit in the box for 2 minutes. 8:09 left to go here in the first. Pioneer on the power play. That puck grabbed by Coutry, left over to Fitzgerald, top of the far circle, into the far corner it goes. Lifting it back as Fitzgerald has it, the blue line, over top of the near circle for Coutry. Coutry trying to get it over to Shikachi. That comes back to the point, the far point. Fitzgerald sends it outside the far circle. Shikachi has it. Wide angle shot that deflects all the way back to the near point. Holding it in. Coutry sends it in along the near boards. Trying to get it over to Caribbean on the far circle shot, and they score! Pioneer with the scores. It was a shot from the inner corner of the far circle, and we'll see if it deflected on a rebound to put that in. I believe Whitelock got the rebound and put it in, but we will make sure as it is 1-1. Pioneer will get the official scoring in a moment. At 7:36, Pioneer tied it up here in the first. So again, I believe Juno Whitelock got the rebound. So I believe Whitelock off of the Caribbean shot. So Caribbean gets the assist. Liam Schaefer has it back behind his own goal, puts it into the far corner. Dixon picks it up there. Dixon trying to make a move, trying to avoid some pressure by the Bay Reps, gets it over to Jekyll outside the near circle. Jekyll takes it from the near side, back behind his own goal, over to the far boards. Jekyll gets some room, gets it over the blue line, over center. Jekyll takes a shot, that rising shot that deflects outside the far circle. Dixon has it, puts it right back behind the Bay Reps goal. Banking it off of the near boards, that tip through the neutral zone, picked up by Martin. Martin moves it in along the far boards. Liam Schaefer sending it ahead. That collected by the Bay Reps, pulling it from back behind by Ackerson. Ackerson sending it along the far boards. Now that lifted through the neutral zone. Pierce has it over the blue line. Pierce with a shot. Offsides the call. 1-1 is our score. 6:35 left to go here in the first period. Offsides the calls. The face-off will be in the far face-off circle outside of the Pioneer zone, right in front of the Pioneer bench. Polomsky in to take the face-off for the Bay Reps. That comes all the way back into the Bay Reps zone, trying to knock it the other direction. And pulled, here comes Miller. Miller feeds it ahead, the puck, high slot, knocked away. Griffor trying to grab it. That tipped in along the end boards. Deflected outside the near circle, trying to pull that away is Wilkins. Now Yang trying to deflect it, top of the near circle. Battle for it in the near circle. That pulled away. There's a shot that just goes wide. And it's trying to pull that. Polomsky had it, fed it right back, top of the far circle. Now move, Pioneer knocking it away. Great job by Wilkins to get it out of the zone. Wilkins coming down the far boards, fires it all the way back before Pioneer goes for a line change into the near corner of the Bay Reps zone. The Bay Reps start their rush the other direction. They pull it in, firing it deep into the near corner of the Pioneer zone where McDaniel has it. McDaniel underneath the far circle. That puck chipped outside the far circle, trying to peel that away. Lift it back into the far corner as the Bay Reps send it back to the far point. Battle for it outside the far circle, trying to pull that away. Miller trying to deflect it, knocking it away was Coutry, but Miller gets it back outside the far circle. Miller trying to feed it in along the near boards over to Hawkins. Hawkins centering pass. That knocked down by the Pioneer defense. Lifted by Coutry all the way down the ice. That stopped by Hathaway. 5 minutes, 13 seconds left to go. 1-1 is the score. Coutry picks it up back behind, trying to fire it in along the near circle. That grabbed by the Bay Reps, deflected off the near boards. Pioneer has it as Shikachi has it right at center ice. Moves it over in along the far boards to Liam Schaefer. Liam Schaefer top of the far circle. That deflected away and pulled back by the Bay Reps. Grabbing it is Kin. Kin into the far corner. Pulling that away, Polomsky. Polomsky coming down the far boards, chips it into the neutral zone as it spins on edge. That collected by Pioneer and fired back in by Churchill. It's that puck outside the near circle. Coutry trying to pull that in. Battle for it at the near point. That tipped right back behind, collecting it Newman. Newman going from the near side to the far side. Fires it off the far boards, coming ahead. Miller. Miller outside the far circle, drop pass. That shot out in front, backhanded shot. Ooh, that just went wide. Good job getting a pad on it was Davis. That out in front. Oh, Davis with a diving save. The puck moves over along the near side. Oh, Elliot Davis played Superman and dived over, knocking it away as the puck all the way back into the Bay Rep zone. Ackerson sends it back underneath the near circle, firing it ahead. That tipped in along the near boards, trying to knock it away. Monsma. Now that's fired in deep by Altonen. Knocked the other direction into the near corner, trying to pull that away on the far circle. That tipped. Here comes Pioneer. Pioneer with numbers, 2-on-1. That fed over. Jekyll had it. He's run off the puck as the puck outside the near circle it goes. Dixon trying to peel it off of the near boards as well. That's sent into the near corner. Rims back behind. Klassenen takes it. Klassens takes it, fires it all the way ahead. That tipped away, picked up at the blue line. Pierce has it. Pierce outside the far circle. Grabbing it is Dixon, backhands it. And up and out of play. 3:13 left to go here in the first period. 1-1 is our score here at the USA Hockey Arena. I got to come here a few times to see the USA hockey team play. I haven't had a chance to be over in this Mitchell Kiefer rink. Very nice rink. A couple excellent sheets of ice here in this building. Face-off in the far face-off circle outside of the Pioneer zone, right in front of the Pioneer bench. As Hardy in taking that, that was Pierce taking the face-off, as that's lifted into the far corner of the Pioneer zone. Liam Schaefer firing it ahead. That grab, Whitelock gets it into the neutral zone. That fired right back into the near corner it goes for the Pioneer zone. That pulled away into the neutral zone, then rifled right back in by Fournier. Stopped by Davis, back behind his own goal, picked up in the near corner. Bouncing puck on the near circle, trying to get to it. Wilkins, that tip back to the blue line, but not out. Fournier sends it along the far boards. Pioneer lifts it out of the zone, collected by the Bay Reps. They send it over along the near boards. Fournier brings it right back in. Outside the near circle, that deflects off the far boards. Whitelock trying to pull it along the far boards, held in at the far point, now lifted. Deflected off the near board, slips all the way back into the Bay Reps zone, sent ahead by Kin. Picked up. Polomsky's centering attempt goes all the way outside the far circle, bouncing puck. Trying to pick that up. Wilkins trying to chip that. Steered away by Davis. Wilkins has it through the slot, comes over top of the far circle, deflects it off the far boards, and that slips all the way back. They'll say icing called. 2 minutes, 3 seconds left to go here in the first. 1-1 is our score. Face-off will be in the far face-off circle. That is to the right of Davis. Cotrian to take the face-off. That puck comes back to the blue line. Spinning is Kin. Kin sends it into the far corner. Collected, trying to spin that away. Rifled into the far corner. Centering attempt, that goes right through the slot into the neutral zone. The Bay Reps grab it. Kin puts it in along the near board. Shikachi drop pass that to the blue line. Intercepted, heading the other direction. Griffor sends it ahead. That top of the far circle, shot that just goes wide. Coming all the way back to the near point as Klassen sends it into the near corner. Bouncing puck, pulled away. Miller has it. Miller outside the near circle. Centering attempt through the slot. Good poke check by Churchill. That moved into the far corner. Miller pinned against the boards. That pulled away. Now lifted right back behind Davis. Underneath the near circle, coming back. That to Kin at the near point. And chipped, trying to knock it away. Shikachi. Now Martin trying to pull that away back behind his own goal. Lifted, coming underneath the near circle. That put back to Kin at the near point. Oh, good poke check by Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald trying to get back behind the defense. He comes in, and there's going to be a penalty as Fitzgerald came in, and a tripping called as he got a stride back behind the defense, and the Bay Reps did whatever they could to try and stop that goal, and that will lead to either it's going to lead to a power play or a penalty shot. Looks like it's going to be a power play. Going into the box is Kin. Face-off will be in the near face-off circle. That's going to be the Hathaways right. Pioneer will have the player advantage for the remainder of this 49 seconds of the first. As Caribbean fires it, top of the far circle. Now move, that tipped ahead by Kotri over to Caribbean. Shot, that deflects. Spinning puck at the far point. Gathered by Shikachi. Shikachi, top of the far circle, moves it over to Kotri. Kotri trying to fire it over to Fitzgerald in the far corner. That pulled away, rifled all the way down, cleared by Altonen. Davis moves it into the near corner. Altonen trying to provide some pressure. That picked up, and here comes Pioneer. Long cross-ice pass coming down the far boards. That pulled in by Whitelock. Whitelock outside the near circle. That puck deflects into the near corner, pulling that away. Caribbean outside the near circle. Comes back to the near point for Kotri. Kotri ricochets it off the end boards. Whitelock into the far corner, and that will be the end of the first period. 1-1 is our score at the end of one. Pioneer will be on the power play for 1 minute 11 seconds of the second period, barring any other items that happen. So this is our senior game for these wonderful, amazing seniors, and we want to read a little bit about these seniors, starting with senior Luke Boyd, number 1. His parents are Leanne and James Boyd. Luke's favorite hockey memory is during my first year of goaltending, 2 of the teams got to skate at Joe Louis Arena and have the Red Wings coach run the practice. It was really cool to go about an empty Joe Louis Arena and change in the visitor locker room. The Detroit goalie coach even made my dad buy goalie skates. Luke Boyd's plans after high school is to attend college, not sure where yet. His advice to underclassmen is you can't use the Pioneer locker room during tryouts, meaning everyone will be carrying their gear to and from practice during that time. At the end of the last tryout, you must undress as fast as possible and be ready. Someone will then say that you can leave your gear in the Pioneer locker room, at which point you must beeline straight to the door with your gear. The stall you pick will be permanent, so use the extra few moments you have to pick a good one around people you like. Once you have your spot you're happy with, you can thank me for not having to sit in the corner all year. Our next senior is number 2, Ralph Dixon. His parents are Kerry and J. Paul Dixon. Ralph's favorite hockey memory is my favorite memory was the tournament in Cincinnati. I remember being told that the other team was really good, but quickly finding out that was not the case after having an 8-0 lead after the first period. Ralph his plans after high school are to attend Grand Valley State University and study business and entrepreneurship. His advice to underclassmen: enjoy the time with the team. They will be your best friends for the next few years, and it goes by quickly. Our next senior is number 7, Andrew Yang. His parents are Ella and Kayung Yang. Andrew's favorite hockey memory, he says his favorite memory was scoring the tying goal against Skyline in the 2020 Gillett Cup and our ultimate victory in overtime. Andrew's plans after high school are to attend Stanford University, where he plans to major in bioengineering. His advice to underclassmen is win as a team. Our next senior is number 8, Juna Whitelock. Juna's parents are Anu and Simon Whitelock. His favorite hockey memory, he says his favorite hockey memory is winning the Gillett Cup his senior year. Fantastic game, fantastic accomplishment. Juna's plans after high school, he's still deciding where he plans to attend college next year, but he plans to major in biomedical engineering. His advice for underclassmen is work hard and the rewards will follow. Our next senior is number 9, Ethan Coattree. His parents are Shannon and Steve Coattree. His favorite hockey memory, he says, was when we came back and won the Gillett Cup last year against Skyline. His plans after high school: as of now, I plan to take a gap year and do some online college courses while playing on a AAA hockey team. Ethan's advice for underclassmen is enjoy every moment while you can, because your senior season's going to come faster than you think. Our next senior is number 10, Liam Schaefer. Liam's parents are Karen and Sean Schaefer. His favorite hockey memory is being able to play my senior season in 2001 with my friends and both of my brothers. Plans after high school for Liam: he plans to attend college and major in biophysics or biomedical engineering. His advice for underclassmen is live in the moment. Our next senior is number 13, Sean Fitzgerald. His parents are Kate and Ron Fitzgerald. His favorite hockey memory is winning the Gillett in overtime against Skyline. After high school, Sean plans to attend either University of Michigan or Michigan State. His advice for underclassmen is have fun every day because time flies. Our next senior is number 17, Adam Caribbean. His parents are Kimmy and Adam Caribbean. His favorite hockey memory, he says his favorite hockey memory would have to be winning the Gillett Cup my junior year. The team as a whole had one of the best games up to recent memory. I will never forget the feeling of jumping the bench and to tackle my teammates. Adam's plans after high school: although it isn't confirmed at the moment, I will most likely attend the University of Michigan with a degree in chemical science. Adam's advice for underclassmen: enjoy every single practice, game, team meeting, and bus ride. You never get the back the moments you create with your team. Our next senior is number 19, Heath Monsma. His parents are Genevieve and Zach Monsma. His favorite hockey memory is, like most of the graduating seniors this year, was the Gillett Cup victory over Skyline. The atmosphere after the horn sounded was like nothing I've ever experienced before, and going to celebrate with my team and my friends will forever be the first image in my mind when I think of my time playing for Pioneer. Heath's plans after high school, he says, after high school I will be attending Dartmouth College where I hope to play club hockey. Heath's advice to underclassmen, after any practice or game, you should try to feel like you left it all out there. That could be through physical effort on the ice, being emotionally engaged from the bench, or verbally communicating with teammates to make them feel better. Contributing wherever you can to the team makes every win feel that much better. Next senior is number 22, Jack Shikachi. His parents are Kelly and Jeff Shikachi. Jack's favorite memory, he says his favorite memory was winning 14 and under states with Chelsea and going to nationals. Jack's plans after high school are to attend Michigan State or continue playing hockey somewhere. His advice to underclassmen is always give it your all and enjoy every second because the time goes by too fast. And the last senior is number 27, Gabe Rusnikow, who is out for the season due to an injury. We hope Gabe gets better soon. And we know that he, like all the other wonderful, amazing seniors, will have a very bright future. We can't we can't wait to see what these players will be able to do in the future. And we just want to really thank them and appreciate their time here with Pioneer. It is 1-1 as the ice is freshly resurfaced as the Bay Reps got the initial lead at 11:54 as it was Gay scoring from Smith, and then Pioneer scored at 7:36 as that was Whitelock from Caribbean. That's where we stand. We'll play a little push on and be right back. You are watching Pioneer Men's Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
You're hearing it. The message is getting through to parents. Multi-sport athletes get injured less. Multi-sport athletes become better in their primary sport in the long run. And even though it's not why we play our games, multi-sport athletes are now getting recruited more than specialized athletes. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As we are back for the second period here, it's Pioneer playing the Bay Reps at USA Hockey Arena. So we're over in the Mitchell Kiefer Memorial Rink. Pioneer will be going from left to right in the second period. 1-1 is our score. Pioneer will be on the power play for 1 minute, 11 seconds, barring, of course, any goals or changes. As a penalty from the first period carries forward. Davis skates down to the left to get his crease set just the way he wants. Hathaway to our right. There's the whistle, getting ready to go for the second period action here on the senior day for Pioneer men's hockey. Polomsky in to take the face-off for the Bay Reps. Klassens to his right, Miller to his left. Ackerson out there as well. Those are the four, and then Hathaway patrolling the crease to the right. Pioneer comes out with their power play unit. Caribbean, Whitelock, Fitzgerald, Shikachi, and Coattree. 17 minutes up on the clock, getting ready for the second. As that puck drops, picked up by Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald comes down the far boards over center ice. Rifles that puck all the way deep as it rims all the way outside the near circle. As Coattree trying to pull it off the near boards, that lifted and cleared all the way down the ice. It's a foot race. Shikachi trying to get there before Polomsky. That puck outside the far circle, sent the other direction by Whitelock. Picked up back behind, now feathered ahead. Here comes Fitzgerald over center ice. Fitzgerald moves it over to Coattree. Coattree, top of the near circle. Coattree with a shot that just goes wide into the far corner. Whitelock tips it right back behind the Bay Rep zone. Fitzgerald with a check back behind, that pulled away. Bay Reps head the other direction as they spin. Miller has it. Delayed penalty coming up the Pioneer as Miller fires it ahead. That tipped by Pioneer. And there'll be a penalty coming. We'll have 19 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey as Fitzgerald goes into the box. So we'll see what the call is. As Fitzgerald, a penalty box door, not cooperating with them. No fun if you're trying to get into the sim bin and it won't let you. And that's a 5-minute major on Pioneer. So 5-minute major for boarding. 4-on-4 hockey for 19 seconds, and then it will be a 4-minute 40-second power play by the Bay Reps. As they have the puck outside the far circle, they lift it ahead, grab, there's a shot, trying to deflect it out in front. Ackerson fires that as it rims all the way back into the Bay Rep zone. Klassens picks it up back behind his own goal. Now heads to the far side. Klassens trying to avoid Caribbean, drop pass back behind. Picked up in along the near boards. Grabbing it, Polomsky, knocked away by Caribbean. Caribbean with a shot, comes to the near side, trying to get to a Whitelock, and he couldn't get to it just in time. Knocked away the puck in along the near boards, but good short-handed attempt by Pioneer. Coming in is Ackerson. Ackerson centering attempt, that slips back top of the far circle. As Klassens has it at the far point, fires it in along the far boards. That chip by Pioneer. Here comes Whitelock over center ice. He fires it all the way deep as Pioneer gets a line change. Picking it up is Ackerson. Ackerson fires it ahead. Pulling it in is Polomsky. Knocked away by Liam Schaefer. Liam Schaefer and Polomsky battling in the near corner. That pulled away back behind by Griffor. Griffor banks it. Now there's Fournier with it at the blue line. Fournier moving over. Top of the near circle, that deflects in along the far boards. Shikachi gets it back to the far point, that held in. Outside the far circle it goes, tipped, and now backhanded by Monsma, that lifted all the way back. On edge, a spinning puck deep into the Bay Rep zone. 3:24 left to go in the major penalty to Pioneer. 1-1 is our score, 14:26 left to go in the first. As the Bay Reps come down the far side of the ice, lifting it. That deflected right at the blue line. Trying to poke that away is Coattree. Coattree pulls it away right at center ice. Coattree gains the zone. Coattree, top of the far circle, trying to move it over to Shikachi. That great pass, and the puck just wouldn't settle down. Tips out of play. 3 minutes, 1 second left to go in the major penalty to Pioneer. 14:09 left to go in the second. 1-1 is the score. Face-off in the near face-off circle outside the Pioneer zone. Monsma takes the face-off. That pulled away by Coatry. Coatry fires it deep. That deflects into the far corner. Fournier has it in the far corner, sends it back behind his own goal. Coming along the near boards, here comes the Bay Reps with it as Kin has it at his own blue line, moves it over to Fournier. Fournier over center ice. Fournier gains his own in the high slot, moves over top of the near circle. Fournier centering attempt, trying to get it over to Banky. Saved by Davis as that puck back behind into the far corner. Pierce trying to put it right back behind the Pioneer goal. Going to peel that away into the far corner. Pierce sends it back to the far point. Ackerson has it there. Ackerson sending it on the far circle. That knocked down, shot into the near corner it goes. Pulled away, held in at the near point, moved over top of the near circle for Ackerson. Ackerson goes back behind the Pioneer goal from the near side to the far side, firing it out in front. Oh, Davis got a piece of that. The puck in along the near boards. Pioneer trying to knock it out of the zone. Ackerson holds it in, bouncing puck into the near corner. McDaniel trying to peel that away. Kin has it outside the near circle, trying to poke that away. A pair of Pioneer players. Monsma in there trying to lever it off the boards. 1 minute 45 seconds left to go in the major penalty to Pioneer. 12:50 left to go. Ackerson with a shot. That deflects outside the far circle it goes. Trying to set it back up at the far point. Lifted, and that goes all the way down the ice into the near corner. 1 minute 28 seconds left to go in the major penalty to Pioneer. 1-1 is our score. Coming in is Miller. Miller outside the near circle. Miller comes back behind the Pioneer goal, bottom of the far circle. Now Miller outside the far circle, puts it back to the blue line. Now gets it back top of the far circle. Poked away from Miller as that goes all the way back to the Bay Rep blue line. 1 minute 5 seconds left to go in the major penalty. That fired ahead, lifted all the way back. Whitelock had it, but it deflected right back into his own zone. That pulled in along the near boards and lifted all the way down the ice. Good clear by Churchill. 50 seconds left to go in the major penalty. The Bay Reps have it back behind their own goal, coming over to the near side. As here comes that fed ahead. Ackerson gets it over to Claessens underneath the near circle. That poke checked away. Davis got a stick on it, trying to pull it back. Polomsky out in front. They shoot and they score. Polomsky looked like he was going to cut back behind the goal, then cut right in front. Was able to drag it and fire it in at the last moment. So power play goal in the second for the Bay Reps at 11:39, as that was Polomsky with it. We'll see if anyone gets a assist on that, but that makes it 2-1. Unassisted goal by Polomsky. Now, again, it's a major penalty, so it's not releasable, so 28 seconds left as the Bay Reps are on the power play. Miller has it back in his own zone. Miller comes over his own blue line, coming down the far boards. Miller has Coatry trying to poke that away. Shikachi sends it back into the neutral zone. Lifted in along the near boards as Dashner fires it back deep. That rims all the way outside the far circle. Miller with that. Yang trying to knock that away. Miller and Yang into the far corner. 2 seconds left to go. Pioneer back to full strength. The Bay Reps have it as Miller outside the far circle sends it back to the far point. Shot there by Fournier, comes all the way outside the near circle, chipping that. Dashner into the near corner, pulled away. Here comes Pioneer, fed in along the near boards of the neutral zone, chasing at Fitzgerald. That puck lifted. Shikachi trying to get it to Coatry as that poked away, now pulling it back. Shikachi on the far circle stops, shot that deflected out in front. It moves outside the near circle, picked up by Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald goes high slot, coming from the near side to the far side. Shot that deflected by Fournier as he steers it into the near corner, then rims it all the way around. That puck comes outside the neutral zone, fired right back in, delayed offsides, as Yang puts it right back behind the Bay Rep goal. It is 2-1, Bay Reps on top of Pioneer. Bouncing puck in the far corner of the Bay Rep zone. That lifted into the near corner where Coatry has it. Coatry outside the near circle. Coatry comes back to the near point, then cycles it underneath. Shikachi trying to pick that up. That grab by Dashner as he ricochets it in along the far boards. Gets it over. Griffer has it. Top of the far circle. Drop pass over for Pierce with a shot, and Davis with a save. 9:53 left to go here in the second period. 2-1 the lead by the Bay Reps. So they were able to get a power play goal with about 30 seconds left to go in the major penalty. Monsman to take the faceoff in the far faceoff circle. That to Davis's left versus Pierce. That pulled away. Here comes Pioneer through center ice, gaining the zone. Top of the far circle. That shot just goes wide. Stopped by McDaniel. Centering attempt. That got knocked down by Pierce as Pierce has it back behind the goal. That's sent from the near side. Now back to the near side and along the near boards. As Gay fires it back into the neutral zone. McDaniel trying to fire it the other direction. Gay steals that away. Comes in outside the near circle. Wide angle shot. That deflected by Davis back behind the Pioneer goal. Trying to peel that off. Monsma comes over to try and help out. That comes out in front and Davis covers it up. 9:17 left to go here in the second period. 2-1 is the lead by the Bay Reps. Face off in the far face off circle. That to Davis's left. As that puck lifted, Pioneer comes down the far boards into the zone. Shot. That deflects by Jekyll. Trying to get it out in front. Pioneer battling, chipping away at it. That knocked down. Here comes the Bay Reps as Ackerson brings it into the Pioneer zone. He's poked off the puck. McDaniel has it. McDaniel fires it along the far side. Shot and a save by Davis. As Gay got it top of the far circle, fired it. Elliot Davis able to cover that up. 8:52 left to go here in the second. 2-1 is the Bay Rep lead. Pioneer trying to keep a winning streak going into the playoffs. The Bay Reps trying to stop a losing skid. They have a one-game losing streak. At top of the near circle. Here comes Pioneer with it. Whitelock cross-ice pass. That outside the far circle, trying to get it over to Wilkins. That picked up. Here comes the Bay Reps coming down the far boards. Outside the far circle as Liam Schaefer makes that go wide, coming back behind the puck into the near corner. Trying to peel that away. Whitelock trying to poke it off. Caribbean over there. That comes back deep. Liam Schaefer has it back behind his own goal. Liam Schaefer moves it through the neutral zone. And that'll be icing. Now head all the way back into the Pioneer zone. 8:18 left to go. Here in the second period. 2-1 is the lead by the Bay Reps. Face-off will be to Davis's left in the far face-off circle. As Coattree comes in to take the face-off. Yang to his left. As that puck skitters in along the near boards of the neutral zone. Fitzgerald trying to tip it. That back. Collected, fired the other direction in along the near boards. Fed ahead. Sent in deep by Polomsky. And McDaniel and Polomsky trying to pull that away. As there's a battle for it in the near corner. And lifted back to the near point. Held in by Klassens. Now picked up. Polomsky trying to get it. That knocked away. Fitzgerald has it. Brought back by Miller. Miller goes out in front. Miller with a wide angle shot. And he scores. Miller got it on the near circle. Then came from the near circle all the way over to the far circle. Davis slid over and had good position. But Miller just able to sneak that in at 7:45 here in the second. That makes it a 3-1 lead by the Bay Reps. Face-off right at center ice as Coattree in to take the face-off versus Pierce. That puck comes in along the far boards. Ackerson has it. As they'll say, the assist was to Griffor as shot and covered up. Excellent job by Davis. 7:32 left to go here in the second. 3-1 the lead by the Bay Reps. That puck comes back to the far point, backhanded in by Ackerson into the far corner. Pioneer lifts it in along the far boards. That deflects all the way back. Pioneer trying to grab that, centering attempt. As that lifted, top of the far circle, Shikachi trying to set up Kotri. Kotri comes outside the near circle, tips it back into the near corner. That puck comes back behind Shikachi, trying to center it. Comes all the way back to the blue line. Shot, covered up, half the way, made the save, then Shikachi fires it in as Pioneer cuts into lead and makes it 3-2. That off of a shot from the top of the far circle, rebound, and fired it in. At 7:05, we'll get the assist on that. It's now Bay Reps 3, Pioneer 2. Great way to come back and try and pick up momentum just after the Bay Reps had pushed their lead out to a 2-goal lead. Monsma. Yang on the assist on the Shikachi goal. That puck, top of the far circle by Vital. Vital has it. That lifted in along the near boards, trying to poke that away. Held in. There's a shot covered up. Dashner took a shot. Davis with the save, and that lifted all the way down. Here comes Monsma. Monsma picks out. Monsma trying to put it in, and the puck was just a little far out on his stick to be able to jam it in the near side. The puck into the near corner. Dixon trying to grab it now, picked up top of the near circle, trying to fire it the other way. Gay, that knocked down, shot, sticked into the far corner by Hathaway. Grabbed by Monsma. Monsma pokes it right back in along the M boards. Klassens has it back behind his own goal. Klassens trying to avoid pressure by Jekyll. That right back behind into the near corner. Klassens has it. Klassens outside the near circle. Chips it into the neutral zone. Gay has it. Gay pulling it into the zone. Gay outside the near circle. Shot. Save. Another shot that deflected out in front. As good defensive play by Martin getting a piece of that second shot. And that came off of its mooring. That stops the action. 6:06 left to go here in the second. As it is the Bay Reps 3, Pioneer 2. Faceoff will come outside of the Pioneer zone in the near faceoff circle. In to take the faceoff, Newman for Bay Reps. That comes in along the near boards, fired ahead. Picked up. Here comes Whitelock, getting it into the zone, trying to move it over to Caribbean. Caribbean battling in the near boards by Kinnear, trying to pick it up. Outside the far circle, trying to chip that away is Whitelock trying to hold it in. Now Wilkins trying to pick it up. The Bay Reps lift it ahead again. Whitelock able to hold it in at the far point now. The Bay Reps get it all the way back to the Pioneer blue line. Churchill fires it ahead. That tip back deep in along the end boards. It's Whitelock trying to pull that away. The puck gathered back in, sent ahead. Here comes Banke for the Bay Reps. Banke outside the near circle. Banke comes back in along the end boards. Churchill puts him into the boards, pinning him, trying to peel it off. 5 minutes, 15 seconds left to go here in the second. The puck outside the near circle as the Bay Reps have the 3-2 lead. Top of the far circle, shot out in front. That one just goes wide. Trying to pull it and poke it ahead. That puck held in at the near point. Now tipped back into the neutral zone, fired right back in by the Bay Reps, but Churchill has it underneath the far circle. Churchill fires it ahead. That just off of the, not quite able to get that was Whitelock as it was just out of his reach. That'll be an icing and head back into the Pioneer zone. Bay Reps 3, Pioneer 2 here on the senior game. Face-off will be to Davis's left in the far face-off circle. Kotri in to take the face-off. Fitzgerald and Shikachi out there as the forwards. Polomsky on the other side of the face-off. That comes back to the blue line. Fired that deep by Kin. Outside the near circle, trying to peel that away. Coming is Altonen. Shot, and they score top of the far circle. As I don't think Davis had a chance to see that as he was screened and able to slip it in. I believe that is going to be Ackerson, but we will get exactly who that was at 4:40. But the Bay Reps go up 4-2 on Pioneer. Atcherson as Polomsky gets the assist. Atchison with the goal. The puck into the far corner of the Pioneer zone. That picked up, lifted in along the far boards, out into the neutral zone. The Bay Reps have it. They bank it off the near boards into the Pioneer zone. Liam Schaefer backhands it into the zone. Coming in, Coatry moves it over on the far side. Shikachi puts it in! Oh, beautiful feed from Coatry on the near circle. Shikachi finishes it off. Pioneer again answers right back and cuts it to a 1-goal lead at 4:13. Pioneer trying to steal that momentum away, as it was a beautiful pass and just a fantastic finish between Coatry and Shikachi, who have been, along with Fitzgerald, just a fearsome group on the front line. The puck in along the far boards, trying to pick that up. Smith, cross angle shot, that deflects into the neutral zone. Here comes Pioneer with it as Coatry takes a shot. That one just goes wide to the far side. Smith trying to knock that down. Pioneer, Shikachi has it right at his own blue line, fires it ahead. That lifted in deep by Liam Schaefer. Stopped by Hathaway right back behind his goal. That lifted outside the near circle. Held in by Liam Schaefer at the near point. Battle for it as it comes into the near corner. Fitzgerald trying to grab it. He pins his man up against the boards. Slips right back, coming the other way. Fournier outside the far circle, lifts it into neutral zone. Grabbed and fired right back in by Shikachi. Picked up by Classens. Classens underneath the near circle, banks it ahead. That spins to the Pioneer blue line, deflected in along the near boards to Liam Schaefer. Liam Schaefer trying to avoid pressure by Pierce. Pierce grabs it, top of the near circle, puts it right back behind the Pioneer goal. McDaniel has it into the near corner. 3 minutes left to go here in the second. 4-3, the lead by the Reps. That pulled away. Here comes Pioneer through the neutral zone. They gained the zone, top of the far circle. Gets it over to Fitzgerald, backhanded shot. Oh, that puck wouldn't settle down. Fitzgerald had to grab it and drop it. And just to get it to settle down, still had a great shot. Hathaway with the save. Coming in, Gay fires it all the way deep as that rims all the way around the boards. Outside the far circle, Altonen has it there, pulled back. Pioneer back behind their own goal, comes along the near side with it, as that's Monsma trying to chip it ahead in along the near boards and get it out of the Pioneer zone. The Bay Reps able to hold it in, fire it in, but I believe that was offsides. Bay Reps 4, Pioneer 3. As it's been 3 goals by the Bay Reps in the second, 2 by Pioneer. Face off in the far, or in the near face-off circle right out in front of the Pioneer zone. Atchison pulls it in, last goal scorer for the Bay Reps. Cross ice, pass, shot. Davis got a piece of that coming in along the far boards into the far corner. Trying to pull that back, the Bay Reps. Trying to fire it out in front. That knocked down by Monsma. Monsma outside the far circle makes a nifty move. Gets it out of his own zone through the neutral zone, lifting it ahead. That knocked down. Dixon trying to grab it. That poke checked away from him. Now coming in, here comes Banky. Banky with the shot. Saved by Davis. That puck in along the near boards. McDaniel trying to avoid pressure. That brought in by Newman. Newman back behind the Pioneer goal. That puck outside the near circle, trying to peel that away, was Altonen. Now knocked down. Monsma had it. That steered back behind by Davis. Wraparound attempt. Davis right up against the post. Covers it up. 1 minute, 31 seconds left to go. Here in the second. Bay Reps 4, Pioneer 3. Line change for Pioneer. Yang comes in. He'll be on the far side of the face-off circle. As Whitelock, Wilkins in there. Face off, Caribbean trying to chip that away as it's loose, comes away in along the far boards. Caribbean sends it ahead. Here comes Pioneer over their own blue line with it. Wilkins banks it off the far boards, trying to knock that away. Polomsky brings it in. Now offsides the call. 1 minute, 16 seconds left to go here in the second. Bay Reps 4, Pioneer 3. Here on the Pioneer Senior Day. As Pioneer will be on the power play as their leading point leader, Polomsky, goes into the box for 2 minutes. Face-off in the far face-off circle. Caribbean in to take the face-off. That to Hathaway's right. That puck lifted all the way back into the far corner. Picked up by Kotri. Kotri goes back behind his own goal. Stops there. Moves it over to Shikachi coming down the far board. Shikachi over center ice. Shikachi. Drop pass over to Caribbean. Caribbean at the far point. Caribbean. Top of the far circle. Over to Kotri. Top of the near circle. Kotri. Back to Caribbean. Top of the far circle. Caribbean. Shot trying to get it deflected out in front. That comes into the near corner. Corralled by Shikachi. Gets it back to Kotri in the high slot. Kotri trying to feed it out in front. That deflected. Pulled away as here comes the Bay Reps as Klassens has it outside the near circle. He puts it into the near corner. 33 seconds left to go in the second. Pioneer on the power play for the remainder of the second period unless something else happens. That puck, Klassens has it. Now lifted back into the neutral zone and fired all the way back in. Deflected, pulled in. Here comes Bay Reps. That poked away. Shot. Davis got a piece of it. That outside the near circle. Trying to pull it away as that was Griffor, Pioneer, out in front of their own goal through the slot coming down the far boards. That lifted out. Deflected. Here comes Whitelock. Whitelock, top of the near circle, shot. And that is the end of the second. So at the end of 2, it is the Bay Reps 4 and Pioneer 3. Well, at the first intermission, we mentioned all the wonderful seniors. I just want to go through the list of seniors again, and then we'll play a few messages from the MHSAA. As your seniors on this Pioneer team is number 1, Luke Boyd. Number 2, Ralph Dixon. Number 3, Andrew Yang. Number 8, Juno Whitelock. Number 9, Ethan Kotri. Number 10, Liam Schaefer. Number 13, Sean Fitzgerald. Number 17, Adam Caribbean. Number 19, Heath Mansma. Number 22, Jack Shikachi. And number 27, Gabe Rusnickow. Those are your seniors. There'll be a little celebration after the game. We'll do our best. We have a couple games after this, but we'll do our best to bring that to you. But now let's hear a few messages from the MHSAA. You are watching Pioneer Men's Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
If you're a recent high school or college graduate and still have a passion for the games you played in school, still remember the thrill of putting on the uniform? Why don't you help us out and become a registered high school game official? Get out there and give something back to our kids. Visit the MHSA website for more information. There's help wanted, just whistle. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
And let's have a little intermission scoreboard report. Pioneer's last game was on Wednesday. Games that happened since Wednesday. On Thursday, 17 games being played. It was Hudsonville beating Northville 9-1. De La Salle doubled up Macomb Dakota 4-2. It was the University of Detroit Jesuits shutting out Cransbrook Kingswood 2-0. Matawan beat Kalamazoo United by a goal 2-1. It was Calumet shutting out Kingsford 6-0. Houghton shut out Nagini 7-0. It was Trenton beating Port Huron Northern 2-1. Saline shut out Skyline 6-0. It was Dearborn Unified beating Southgate Anderson 9-1. Marquette doubled up the Hancock Bulldogs 6-3. It was Grosse Ile beating New Boston United 4-2. Clarkston shut out M1 United 3-0, and it was ETA Legion beating Chippewa Valley 4-1. Taking a look at games yesterday, 40 games happened yesterday, not all scores reported. But what we do have scores for, West Ottawa beat Grand Rapids Catholic Central 2-1. It was Flint Powers shutting out Fenton Linden 2-0. Cransbrook Kingswood beat these Bay Reps. That was a 6-1 score. It was Rockford beating Forest Hills Central 8-4. Livonia Franklin shut out Divine Child 3-0. It was Skyline shutting out Lenawee 8-0. Jensen beat Kalamazoo United 2-1. It was Canton beating South Lyon Unified 6-2. Grand Blanc beat Schwartz Creek Scioto Flushing 9-1. It was Cabrini beating Monroe St. Mary's Catholic Central 4-1. Brother Rice shut out Howell 5-0. It was Lake Orion with the 3-goal win over Birmingham Unified 4-1. ETA Legion beat Tawas 6-1. It was Houghton with a 1-goal win over Marquette 3-2. Escanaba tripled up Sault Ste. Marie 6-2. It was Nance Crease Unified beating Utica Ford Unified 9-1. Bishop Foley United beat Huron 10-3. It was Byron Center 5 and Granville 4. Chelsea beat Pinckney 7-1. It was Hudsonville taking out Grand Haven 2-1. Mid-Michigan with the 3-goal win over the Portage Muskies 5-2. Mona Shores tripled up Lone Caledonia 3-1. It was a 3-3 tie at the end of overtime between Notre Dame Prep and Walled Lake Northern. Clarkston shut out Utica Eisenhower 5-0, and White Lake Lakeland shut out Romeo 8-0. That is your intermission scoreboard report. Let's play a few more messages from the MHSAA. You're watching Pioneer Men's Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Integrity, commitment, love of the game. These traits describe the people high school sporting events can't start without. The officials. They're out there every day giving back to our kids. Let's give them the respect they deserve. Better yet, why don't you become one? Visit the MHSAA website for more information. There's help wanted. Just whistle. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
You're hearing it. The message is getting through to parents. Multi-sport athletes get injured less. Multi-sport athletes become better in their primary sport in the long run. And even though it's not why we play our games, multi-sport athletes are now getting recruited more than specialized athletes. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
You have to wonder sometimes how folks in the stands, so far removed from the action and who have probably never had any training, actually think they can see the play and apply the rules better than the officials assigned to a game. If you're that good, please register immediately at MHSAA.com. We need more officials on the playing surface and fewer in the stands. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As the ice has been resurfaced here at USA Hockey Arena, as we are in the Mitchell Kiefer Memorial Rink, home of the Catholic Central JV and varsity hockey teams, and it is the senior game for Pioneer. Bay Reps trying to spoil the senior game for Pioneer. They have the 4-3 lead, but Pioneer is on the power play for 44 more seconds coming into the third. You're scoring in the second. It was 1-1 at the beginning of the second. Then scoring was Polomsky, unassisted at 11:39 for the Bay Reps. That made it 2-1. Then at 7:45, it was Miller scoring that from Griffor. That at 7:48, that made it 3-1. Pioneer came back 40 seconds later as it was Shikachi scoring from Yang at 7:05. So Pioneer brought it within a goal. Then the Bay Reps scored at 4:40. That one was by Ackerson from Ackerson put that one in, and that was from Polomsky at 4:40. That made it a 2-goal lead. And then at 4:13, again, less than 30 seconds later, Pioneers scored as it was Coattree sending a pass across for Shikachi, who put it in, and Shikachi's second goal of the game. And that's where we stand, 4-3. Again, this is the Senior Day celebration, so we want to, we read a few items, favorite memories and plans after high school, and advice for underclassmen at the first intermission. But we do want to say congratulations and thank you so much for their time to all these wonderful, amazing seniors. It's been a pleasure getting to watch them play for Pioneer. That includes Luke Boyd, number 1, number 2, Ralph Dixon, number 7, Andrew Yang, number 8, Juno Whitelock, number 9, Ethan Coattree, number 10, Liam Schaefer, number 13, Sean Fitzgerald, number 17, Adam Caribbean, number 19, Heath Monsma, number 22, Jack Shikachi, and number 27, Gabe Rusnickow, who is out for the season due to an injury. As the Bay Reps come back in, as they played Cranbrook last night, so obviously little spending a little time down here in the southeastern Michigan area. Pioneer excited to get to have a little senior celebration where the parents can be in attendance as Pioneer comes in the door to our right, both teams out, getting ready for the all-important third period. Pioneer will be on the power play for 44 seconds, unless anything else happens, but the Bay Reps have the lead on the scoreboard, 4-3. 2 goals in the first, then it was a 5-goal explosion in the second. Pioneer will be going from right to left here in this, the third period. It's Newman out for the Bay Reps, as well as Altonen. Looks like Smith. Or excuse me, that's Atcherson and Classens. Coming out for Pioneer. Whitelock is out there, Caribbean's out there, Fitzgerald, Shikachi, and Coattree. Your standard power play, first power play unit. Pioneer down a goal. We're underway in the third. As Fitzgerald had it, that lifted right back into the neutral zone. Caribbean trying to poke it ahead. That moved over to Fitzgerald, top of the far circle. Fitzgerald into the far corner it goes. Fitzgerald poked up against the boards. That pinned in against the boards. Whitelock trying to pull it off of the boards. Now Shikachi comes away with it on the far circle. Trying to move it into the slot. That knocked away, lifted all the way down the ice. Grabbed by Coattree as he quickly fires it ahead. That puck in along the near boards, and that will be whistled down. That'll be icing and come all the way back into the Pioneer zone. That is going to be to Davis's left in the near face-off circle. 12 seconds left to go for the Pioneer power play. Miller in taking the face-off versus Coattree in the near face-off circle. That puck lifts in along the far boards, picked up by Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald over center ice. Fitzgerald, top of the far circle, now goes underneath the goal. Coming down the far side, that tipped away by Classens. There's a shot from the bottom of the far circle. That deflected back to the far point. Picked up by Shikachi. Shikachi, centering attempt, that knocked into the near corner. Shikachi trying to peel it off the near boards. Also over there is Coattree. That lifted back, pulled ahead. Coming in with it, Miller, poke checked away. Miller had it knocked away by Coattree. Coattree fires it in along the near boards, lifted ahead, and now here comes Pioneer. Coattree along the near boards, sends it deep. into near corner. Polomsky with it. Polomsky goes back behind his goal from the near side to the far side. Bay Reps back to full strength here in the third. They have the lead 4-3 as centering attempt trying to get it out in front for Shikachi. That poked right back behind, deflected in along the near boards through the neutral zone. That picked up. Griffor has it outside the near circle. Shot. That deflects. Davis got a piece of it. Came to the far side as that puck all the way back into the neutral zone. Fournier has the top of the near circle of his own zone. Fournier goes over the blue line. Coming down the far boards, Fournier. Top of the far circle of the Pioneer zone. Trying to tip that away was Monsma. Comes right back behind the Pioneer goal into the near corner. Pulling that ahead as that's tipped by Jekyll. Firing it all the way down outside the near circle it goes. Into the near corner as Ken has it into the far circle. Now caught back. Kinnan underneath the near circle, now heads up ice. Moving it through the neutral zone. Miller comes, top of the near circle. Miller driven off the puck. Excellent defensive play. That put into the near corner. Outside the near circle it goes. Miller trying to get it. That knocked away. Yang trying to deflect it out. Now that put back into the neutral zone. Monsma has it over center ice. Monsma coming down the far boards. He fires that back deep as it slips right back behind the Bay Rep goal. 14:22 left to go here in the third. The Bay Reps with a 1-goal lead, 4-3. As Claessens has it on the near circle, firing it into the neutral zone, knocked down by Wilkins. That lifted in along the far boards. Whitelock trying to grab it, deflected into the far boards, and here comes Pioneer coming the other direction. Cross-ice pass over to Wilkins. Wilkins. That comes into the zone, tipped right back into the neutral zone. Caribbean trying to knock that down. Caribbean gains the zone, top of the far circle. That deflected away, comes right back in along the near boards of the neutral zone. Battle for it as it's lifted, knuckleballed in. Bounces in along the M boards, collected by the Bay Reps in along the near side of their own zone. Smith chasing it. That collected by Martin, his own blue line. Fires it over to Liam Schaefer, who ricochets it all the way down the ice. That grabbed by Atchison, cross-ice pass. That pulled over center ice. Fired in by Fournier, now knocked away. Here comes Shikachi chasing it. Grab, tipped the other direction by the Bay Reps. Fournier has it. Shikachi trying to make it difficult for them to get out of the zone. Now pulled back. Altonen had it. Shikachi pulls it away. Shikachi, top of the near circle, through the slot. Shot, and he scored! As it's a hat trick for Jack Shikachi as he got it in the top right-hand corner and able to put it in. That was just an impressive sniper shot to tie the game at 13:08. As Shikachi came in on that near circle and caught just the upper right-hand corner. Difficult spot for a goalie to try and deal with. Unassisted goal, that's a hat trick. Here comes Kotri. Kotri through the slot, dropping it, trying to get back to Shikachi. That pulled away as Claessens has it down the far side of the ice. There's the shot that was deflected, battle for it into the far corner. Lifted back by Claessens, that goes into the near corner. McDaniel trying to knock that away. The puck loose on that far circle. Comes all the way back. Holland trying to get it back to the far point. That knocked down. Atchison has it at center ice. Atchison sends it ahead by Towel, puts it into the zone, knocked away by McDaniel, right back into the neutral zone. As pulling it in, here comes Monsma, top of the far circle, shot. That's saved. In along the far boards, Hathaway got a piece of it. That comes all the way back to the Pioneer blue line. Yang picks it up. Yang pokes it ahead. Monsma brings it in, top of the near circle, avoiding some pressure. Monsma with a shot and a save by Hathaway. 4-4 is our score here in this, the third period. Face off in the near face off circle. That is to Hathaway's right. Monsma in to take the face off. as that puck in along the near boards grab. Jekyll's shot, that deflects out in front. Another shot. Oh, good job by Hathaway to stick that away as it's sitting outside the zone, trying to pick it up as Dixon had it back behind the goal. Dixon steers it back to the far point. That pulled away by the Bay Reps. Coming down is Miller. Miller gains his own top of the far circle. Miller through the slot on the near circle. Saved by Davis. That puck in along the far boards. Here comes Pioneer with it over center ice. Coming into the zone, into the slot, trying to fire that Monsma back behind the goal. Monsma has that pulled away at top of the far circle as here comes the Bay Reps. Coming down the far boards, gaining the zone, drop pass, top of the far circle, now trying to move it over to Miller in along the near boards. Miller outside the near circle. He fed that back to the near point. Shot is that's Kinnery. And deflects into the far corner. Controlled outside the far circle. Moving it is Miller. Miller goes underneath. Wide angle shot. And deflects into the far corner. Tipped as the puck goes right back behind the Pioneer goal. Lifted in along the near boards. Kinnery sends it right back behind. Riffor banks it all the way back to the far point. Atchison with a shot that knocked down. Polomsky trying to get it back to the point. That deflected and it comes all the way back into the Bay Rep zone. 10:40 left to go here in the third. 4-4 is the score. Miller trying to get it into the zone, knocked away by Whitelock. Now the puck picked up and along the near boards, chipped ahead as it comes back into the Bay Rep zone. Atchison has it in front of his own goal. Atchison fires it all the way down, and that will be icing. It'll head back the other direction. 10:20 left to go here in the fourth. 4-4 is the score. Face-off will be in the far face-off circle. That to Hathaway's left. Caribbean in to take the face-off. Whitelock back behind him. That comes to Whitelock. Shot into the near corner it goes. Pulling it in along the near boards. Here comes the Bay Rep. Smith gains his own outside the near circle. As Martin drives him wide. That puck comes all the way in along the far boards. Here comes Whitelock. Moves it over. Bringing it in is Wilkins. Wilkins top of the near circle. Feeding it out in front to Caribbean. That shot into the far corner. Whitelock centering attempt. Wouldn't settle down for Caribbean as it comes in along the near boards. Bringing it ahead. Smith trying to feed it through. That knocked down by Churchill. He fires it in along the far boards, then lifted ahead by Whitelock. That tip, no icing as it goes into the near corner of the Bay Rep zone. As it is 9:35 left to go here. The puck bouncing at the Pioneer blue line, coming ahead. Here comes Shikachi. He already has a hat trick. Makes a move, and that's poked away from him in along the near boards. Fitzgerald trying to peel it off of the boards outside the near circle. Now Shikachi has it through the slot. That knocked away from him. Into the neutral zone. Churchill tips it. That goes wide into the far corner. Papa trying to pick that up. Good job, Liam Schaefer, to avoid a heavy check as that picked up back behind. Coming in along the near boards, here comes Pioneer with it as Coattree makes his way over center ice. Coattree, top of the near circle, lifts to a rising shot. That goes just a little high. Papa gets it ahead in along the far boards, picks it up. Papa at center ice. Papa has that knocked away by Pioneer, steered right back into the near corner. That will be icing and head back the other direction. 8:47 left to go here in the third. 4-4 is the score. Face-off in the far face-off circle. That is going to be to Davis's right. Cotrian taking the face-off. That lifted back to the blue line, held in. Shot there, knocked down. McDaniel trying to knock that away. Drives it into the far corner. Grabbed back by Miller. Miller drops it over, trying to get it back. That puck slips in along the near boards. Rocket shot. Davis with a good save. That picked up by Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald backhands it, but can't get it out of the zone. That puck lifted back in along the near boards. Trying to chip that ahead. Now Shikachi had it. Poking away Miller. That bouncing puck. Here comes Pioneer over their own blue line. Bad ahead to Coattree. Coattree drop pass over to Shikachi. Shikachi over to Fitzgerald and he scores! Oh, beautiful puck movement as Kotri dropped it to Shikachi. Shikachi moved it over to Fitzgerald on the far circle, and Pioneer has the 5-4 lead. As Fitzgerald with the goal, Shikachi as well as Kotri on the assist. As that was just flat out amazing puck movement. And Pioneer takes their first lead of the game. As the puck in along the far boards, trying to tip that as that brought in along. That puck in along the near boards now trying to pull it outside the far circle. Dixon has it. Dixon trying to chip that ahead, battle for it, trying to pull it away. Good job to poke check that away. Here comes Pioneer. Cross-ice pass over to Jekyll. Jekyll gains the zone. Jekyll with the shot. Saved by Hathaway. Ooh, Dixon was following that up. Wanted a rebound. Hathaway would not oblige. Well, Dixon and Monsma in good position. 7:41 left to go here in the third. Pioneer 5, Bay Reps 4. Face-off will be in the near face-off circle. As to the right of Hathaway, that puck in along the end boards. Fournier puts it into the far corner. That brought ahead. Here comes Altonen. Altonen, top of the far circle. Centering attempt that just goes wide into the near corner. Trying to poke that away. Pioneer gets it back into the neutral zone, but lifted right back in by Fournier. Battle for it right at the near point. That poked by Newman. Now Liam Schaefer has it. Banks it over to Jekyll. Jekyll spinning. Goes back behind his own goal from the near side to the far side. Jekyll avoids some pressure by the Bay Reps. Gets it over center ice. Chips it over on the near side. Pulling at Monsma. Monsma's shot goes wide. That into the far corner. Lifted all the way back into the neutral zone. Fired right back in by Pioneer. As 6:53 left to go here in the third. Bay Reps get it into the zone. Atcherson into the near corner. Outside the near circle, Atcherson trying to get it back to the blue line. That slips into the neutral zone. Spinning with it is Klassens. Klassens top of the near circle. That shot goes wide outside the far circle. McDaniel trying to pin it. Get it away from the Bay Reps. Battle for it in that far corner, trying to pull it out. Again, McDaniel trying to knock that away. Get it away from Griffor. Loose and up into the Pioneer bench. 6:20 left to go here in the third period. Pioneer 5, Bay Reps 4. Face-off will be in the far face-off circle just outside of the Pioneer zone. Caribbean in to take the face-off. That puck lifted back to center ice. Corralled. Here comes the Bay Reps. Miller brings it in. Miller with the shot. Good blocker saved by Davis. Bouncing puck on the far circle. Chased into the far corner. Polomsky has it back behind the Pioneer goal as he's driven wide by Liam Schaefer. That lifted back to the near point. Skips out. Here comes Pioneer. Wilkins chasing it all the way back into the near corner. Wilkins trying to peel it off of the end boards. That knocked away in along the near boards. Here comes the Bay Reps as Klassens gets it ahead, brought in, that chipped the puck in along the far boards. Here comes Whitelock with it as the Bay Reps had to touch up on a delayed offsides. Bouncing puck into the near corner. That will be a icing call heading back into the Pioneer zone. 5:39 left to go here in the third. Pioneer with the 5-4 lead, able to take their first lead at the 8:08 mark. Face-off in the far face-off circle as Kotri in to take the face-off versus Pierce. That puck loose and along the far boards. Yang trying to get it out of the zone. That lifted back to the near point. Held in by Fournier. And all the way in along the far boards. Pioneer holds it. Nice job getting it out of the zone. Coming in is Shikachi. Shikachi puts a shot on goal. That's sticked away by Hathaway. Fitzgerald trying to pull it outside the far circle. Now Shikachi comes in to try and poke that away. The puck slips in along the end boards. Grabbed by the Bay Reps. That's then in along the near boards where Smith gets it back into the neutral zone. Fired right back in by Martin. Battle for right at the Bay Reps blue line. Now here comes Smith into the Pioneer zone as he's poked off the puck in along the near boards. Smith fires it right back. McDaniel chips it the other way, trying to go right out in front of the Pioneer goal. Very, very heady decision by Coatry to knock that away. Loose puck right at the blue line, pulled in by Coatry. Coatry at the far point. Coatry, that deflects into the far corner where Shikachi has it. Centering attempt, that comes back to the near point. Grabbed by Martin with a shot, saved by Hathaway, comes into the near corner. 4 minutes, 27 seconds left to go. Pioneer tips that back. Martin shoots it. That in along the end boards, gathered in by Atcherson as he sends a cross-ice pass. That deflects all the way back. That will be icing and head back into the Bay Rep zone. 4 minutes, 12 seconds left to go here in the third period. Pioneer up by a goal, 5-4 here on the last regular season game, their senior game. Face-off will be in the far face-off circle, that to Hathaway's right. Caribbean in to take the face-off. Whitelock to his left. Liam Schaefer back behind them. That puck battles into the far corner. Spinning with it is Claessens. Claessens moves it from the far side to the near side, then gets it back underneath the far circle. Claessens lifts it ahead. That poked away, held in by Monsma. Excellent job. Then rifled right back into the near corner. Under 4 minutes to go in this third period. Whitelock fires it right back into the Bay Rep zone. That gathered, Claessens has it as he gains into Pioneer zone. Tipped by Whitelock, but into the near corner. Claessens still with it as that poked away, trying to get to it. Liam Schaefer comes out into the slot. That pulled away by Pioneer. Here comes Monsma with it down the near boards. Monsma trying to get away from Banky. He puts that in along the boards. Rims all the way back to the far point. Tipped, and here comes the Bay Reps into the Pioneer zone. That fired wide. Lifting it. That puck rathered in along the far boards. Cross-ice pass. Here comes Pioneer. Whitelock fires it deep before he goes for a line change. 3 minutes, 7 seconds left to go here in the third. Pioneer up by a goal. The puck in along the far boards of the Bay Rep zone. Fired right back in by McDaniel. Knocked down and in along the near boards. Fitzgerald gains the zone. Fitzgerald outside the near circle as Polomsky trying to knock that away. Coatry slips back, trying to fire it back to the near point. That just out of the reach, trying to hold it in. That knocked the other direction by Shikachi and brought in along the near boards. Miller has it there. Miller spins with it, goes back behind his own goal. Miller underneath the near circle trying to get some momentum. Fitzgerald knocks it away. The puck in along the near boards. Bowled in by Atcherson. Atcherson on the near circle makes a nifty move, goes out, shoot, and Davis, the save, unbelievable. Great job by Atcherson to come on the near circle, then cut across, and Davis able to slide over and keep it out of the net. Fantastic save by Elliot Davis. Face-off in the far face-off circle, 2:20 left to go. Here in the third, Pioneer up by a goal and timeout called. Well, we'll take it with them. We'll play a little push on, try and get you fired up for the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds. You're watching Pioneer Men's Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting. Well, the first goal was scored back in the first at 11:54. That was the Bay Reps took the lead. Pioneer tied it up at 7:36 in the first, and it went tied into the second period. Bay Reps scored twice in the second before Pioneer scored to make it 3-2. Then the Bay Reps pushed it back to 4-2. Then Pioneer getting it back to 4-3 with 4:13 left to go in the second. Then in the third, it's been 2 goals by Pioneer to tie it up. That at 13:08 unassisted by Jack Shikachi. And then at 8:08, Pioneer takes the 5-4 lead. That was Fitzgerald as he was set up by Shikachi and Coatry. That's where we stand. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to go here in the third. Pioneer up by a goal. Pioneer would love to keep the winning streak going before going into the playoffs and playing on the 18th over at the Kennedy Ice Arena, most likely versus Trenton, but you never know. Pioneer has the wonderful pictures of the seniors around the glass to our right. It's the side that Davis is patrolling the crease on. As Coattree wins that steer back, and Davis covers it up. 2:18 left to go. They'll re-drop it as that is just on the far face-off circle. Coattree again in to take that as it comes top of the far circle. Controlled shot. Ooh, that deflected out in front as Banky got a piece of it. It comes all the way back as there is no one in net to our left. So Bay Reps have pulled their goalie for the extra attacker as the puck deep in the Pioneer zone. Pioneer with a 1-goal lead, 2:09 left to go. Empty net to our left. But Pioneer not on the penalty kill, so they can't clear the puck. That puck sent back to the far point, held in by Classens, now picked up top of the far circle, moved over on the near side for Atchison, deflected out in front, tried to tip it away, still loose, now grabbed, bouncing puck into the neutral zone, grabbed by Miller. Miller floats down the near side, goes back to his own blue line, trying to set things up. 1 minute, 50 seconds left to go. Miller on the far circle, driven wide as the puck goes back behind the Pioneer goal. Lifted in along the near boards, puck wouldn't settle down. Now Pioneer able to send a bouncing puck. It's a foot race as Fitzgerald trying to get to it, poked away from him. 1 minute, 30 seconds left to go. The Bay Reps as Classens starting the rush the other direction. Classens top of the far circle as Coattree knocks the puck, trying to drive him wide. The puck in along the end boards, trying to peel it off those end boards. Now comes in, Atchison has it. That puck lifted in along the far boards back into the neutral zone. For 1 minute, 13 seconds left to go here in the third. The Bay Reps have pulled the goalie, trying to get the equalizing goal. Pioneer would love to get an empty netter to salt this away. 1 minute left to go. Atchison sends it ahead. Banky has it top of the near circle. That shot goes wide in along the far boards. Miller has it outside the far circle, trying to poke that away. That held it. Excellent job to poke that away by Dixon, who made a very timely poke check as that puck in along the far side. Classens has it back. Now Atchison picking it up. 36 seconds left to go. That tipped in along the near boards, knocked the other direction by Shikachi. Picked up. Now great poke check by Coattree coming down the far boards. Coattree on the far circle. Oh, off the post as the puck in along the near boards. 24 seconds left to go. The Bay Reps with numbers come in along the far circle, driven wide. Classens has it. Poked into the far corner, 14 seconds left to go as the puck coming ahead. Here comes Pioneer with it. Coattree feeds it in again off the post. 6 seconds left to go. The puck in the near corner, lifted ahead, knocked down by Caribbean. Hooked back into the zone, and that is it. Pioneer has beaten the Bay Reps to finish out. At this point, keeping the winning streak to, I believe it's 8 games now, going into the playoffs as everyone comes over and gives a huge hand over for Elliot Davis, who played magnificently. It was a back and forth game with the Bay Reps getting up to a 2-goal lead. Pioneer able to come back and win this 5-4. Both teams go to the blue lines and give each other a stick salute. Whoever gets to play these Bay Reps in the playoffs, it is not going to be an easy task. They had a game yesterday and still came in with a lot of effort, a lot of heart, and a lot of hard work. Pioneer able to get the win. Now they have until the 18th as Trenton will play at the Kennedy Ice Arena on the 16th. They'll play New Boston Huron. The winner of that game will take on Pioneer. I believe it's either going to be a 7:30 or 8 o'clock game. We'll get the details. Last time I looked at the brackets on the MHSAA, it said 7:30, but we'll see what happens with that. But that is the next game, is the playoffs. Pioneer looking to get some revenge on Trenton, trying to finish off Trenton's season like they've done to us. But first and foremost, what we have right now is a senior celebration, as getting pictures of the parents as the Dixons out there. Is everyone getting their pictures taken, and the seniors lined up along the goal line to our right, as not quite as formal as it has been in the past, but just to read a few items here. Our seniors, number one, is Luke Boyd. Luke Boyd's parents are Leanne and James Boyd. Luke Boyd's favorite memory is during my first year of goaltending, two of the teams got to skate at Joe Louis Arena and have the Red Wings coaches run the practice. It was really cool to go to an empty Joe Louis Arena and change in the visitors' locker room. The Detroit goalie coach even made my dad buy me goalie skates. Luke Boyd's plans after college are to attend college. He's not sure where yet. His advice to underclassmen is you can't use the Pioneer locker room during tryouts, meaning that everyone will be carrying their gear to and from practice during that time. At the end of the last tryout, you must undress as fast as possible and be ready. Someone will then say that you can leave your gear in the Pioneer locker room, at which point you must beeline straight to the door with your gear to the stall you pick will be permanent, so use the extra few moments you have to pick a good one around people you like. Once you have that spot you'll be happy with, you can thank me for not having to sit in the corner all year. Number two, our next senior is number 2, Ralph Dixon. His parents are Carrie and J. Paul Dixon. His favorite memory was the tournament in Cincinnati. He remembers being told that the other team was really good, but quickly finding out that that was not the case after having an 8-0 lead after the first period. Plans after high school, Ralph intends to attend Grand Valley State University to study business and entrepreneurship. His advice to underclassmen: enjoy the time with the team. They will be your best friends for the next few years, and it goes by quickly. Our next senior is number 7, Andrew Yang. His parents are Ella and Kyung Yang. Andrew's favorite hockey memory was scoring the tying goal against Skyline in the 2020 Gillett Cup and our ultimate victory in overtime. Andrew's plans after high school is to attend Stanford University, where he plans to major in bioengineering. His advice for underclassmen: win as a team. Our next senior is number 8, Juna Whitelock. Juna's parents are Anu and Simon Whitelock. Juna's favorite hockey memory is winning the Gillett Cup his junior year. His plans after high school: he says he's still deciding where he wants to attend college next year, but he plans to major in biomedical engineering. Juna's advice for underclassmen: work hard and the rewards will follow. Our next senior is number 9, Ethan Coattree. So they actually have Andrew Yang is getting his picture taken at this moment with his parents, and Juna should be out momentarily. So taking some moments to celebrate the seniors, and it's excellent to have all the parents get to clap there as Andrew skates back over, and now Juna Whitelock comes out. We read Juna's information. As he gets his picture taken with the seniors. And as he's doing that, we'll stay one ahead. Again, our next senior is number 9, Ethan Coattree. Ethan's parents are Shannon and Steve Coattree. Ethan's favorite hockey memory was when we came back and won the Gillett Cup last year against Skyline. Ethan's plans after high school: he says, as of now, I plan to take a gap year and do some online college courses while playing on a AAA hockey team. Ethan's advice for underclassmen: enjoy every moment while you can, because your senior season is going to come faster than you think. As there's Ethan, skates over, one of the two folks with the Captain C getting pictures taken with his parents. This is fantastic. So that's going on. Our next senior is Liam Schaefer. Liam Schaefer's parents are Karen and Sean Schaefer. Liam's favorite hockey memory is being able to play my senior season in 2021 with my friends and both of my brothers. As both Lucas and Philip Schaefer also on the team. Liam says plans after high school. He says, I plan to attend college and major in biophysics or biomedical engineering. His advice for underclassmen is live in the moment. Liam Schaefer, the other person with the C on his jersey for the captain, getting pictures taken there with his parents. Our next senior is number 13, Sean Fitzgerald. Sean's parents are Kate and Ron Fitzgerald. Sean's favorite hockey memory is winning the Gillick in overtime against Skyline. Sean's plans after high school are to attend University of Michigan or Michigan State. Sean's advice for underclassmen, have fun every day because time flies by. As Liam Schaefer skating over and Sean Fitzgerald should, there we go, there's Sean Fitzgerald skating over. They get pictures with his parents. As that's happening for Sean, our next senior is number 17, Adam Caribbean. Adam's parents are Kimmy and Adam Caribbean. His favorite hockey memory would have to be winning the Gillett Cup my junior year. The team as a whole had one of the best games up to recent memory. I will never forget the feeling of jumping on the bench to tackle my teammates. Adam says, although it isn't confirmed at the moment, after high school he will most likely attend the University of Michigan with a degree in chemical science. There, he comes over with the alternate captain patch on. Adam says his advice to underclassmen, enjoy every single practice, game, team meeting, and bus ride. You will never get back those moments you create with your team. So we're taking pictures of Adam there. Our next senior is number 19, Heath Monsma. Heath Monsma. His parents are Genevieve and Zach Monsma. Heath's favorite hockey memory, like most of the graduating seniors this year, was the Gillett Cup victory over Skyline. The atmosphere after the horn sounded was like nothing I've ever experienced before, and going to celebrate with the team and my friends will forever be the first image in my mind when I think of my time playing for Pioneer. Heath's plans after high school, he will be attending Dartmouth College, where he hopes to play club hockey. Heath's advice to the underclassmen are, after any practice or game, you should try to feel like you left it all out there. It could be through physical effort on the ice, being emotionally engaged from the bench, or verbally communicating with teammates to make them better. Contributing whatever you can to the team makes every win feel that much better. That's Heath Monsma, our next senior. And the last in attendance is number 22, Jack Shikachi, who had a hat trick today, scoring 3 huge goals. Jack's parents are Kelly and Jeff Shikachi. His favorite memory was winning the 14U states with Chelsea and going to nationals. Jack's plans after high school, he plans to attend Michigan State or continue playing hockey somewhere. Jack's advice for underclassmen, always give it your all and enjoy every second because the time goes by too fast. We also do want to say congratulations to Gabe Rusnickow. He is out for the season due to an injury, but a senior nonetheless, and we appreciate Gabe's time with the team. Thank you to him, and it's been a joy getting to watch all of these seniors play for this Pioneer team. We know that they will have an amazing future wherever they go, whatever they do. But first, what they're going to do is they're going to play on the 18th versus a team to be named on the 16th most likely Trenton, and they will play them at the Kennedy Ice Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have the Pioneer Women's JV basketball game. No play-by-play on that, but we'll have that at 1 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, we will have the Pioneer Women's hockey game versus Grosse Pointe North, and at 2:30 we'll have the Pioneer Women's varsity basketball team versus Monroe. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you in just a bit. Okay.